Okay. The history of this is a long one, an interesting one too. Initially, when we started, we spread to some African countries and to Europe. For quite a long time, our congregation was not planning into coming into the United States as a religious community. Even invitations were rejected. We kept America a little bit at a distance. Okay, until 1996, one of our sisters, was visiting a family, her family, in Houston, Texas. So she was granted 1 year to stay with her sisters, one of our older sisters, and by name Sister Mary Thomas. You know, she stayed in that local community, helped out in the parish, worked with some women in the local community, you know, bringing communion to the sick and the like, you know. But interestingly, as she neared her time for returning, they didn't want her to go. They wanted us to establish a religious community there in Houston, Texas. But she discouraged them. She told them it's not possible. This is not why I'm here. I have to leave, you know. So, you know, there was a drag. You know, they insisted, but she said, no, I don't want my authorities to think, oh, I'm enjoying United States, I want to stay here. Now I need to return back to my work, you know. But they wouldn't give up. They wouldn't give up. She explained to them that, okay, even if we start a religious community, I may not be the one posted here. You know, it doesn't just work like that, you know. And they said they don't care. They just want your religious community around. So, to cut the long story short, that drag continued until she gave them the name of our superior general in Nigeria and her contact. And they started discussing with her. And she thought maybe I'll throw them off by telling them all the details and they will not bother about it. So she told them it will take time. You know, you need to negotiate with the bishop and to be sure what the sisters will do when they come and all that. And it involves a lot of paperwork and all. But they still held on. They wanted that to happen. So when she gave them a go-ahead of exploring possibilities, unfortunately their bishop was sick. They couldn't reach him. The administrator then didn't want to get into such negotiation in the absence of the bishop. But these women will not give up still. They said, okay, why we wait for our bishop? We are going to write letters to other dioceses to see whether some other bishops will be interested in inviting this religious community, because they saw our beautiful presence as part of something that will enrich the local community and touch lives. Okay, so they wrote 10 dioceses. They wrote 10 letters and sent it out to 10 dioceses. And the first to respond was Bishop Doran of Rockford Diocese. You know, and he was interested in meeting this religious community and seeing what they are like. So that closed that chapter because it was a long negotiation and talking back and forth and communications that later about 4 others responded, but our congregation said no. Let's deal with one, you know, and clear it out before we don't want to, you know, put our 4 fingers in our mouth at the same time. So anyway, in 1998 then, our religious community was officially invited to the Diocese of Rockford. So we came here and established for the first time in 1998. And since then have been living here. And of course have spread to some other states. So we are right now in Iowa, in Minneapolis, we are in Iowa, in Minnesota, in Syracuse, New York, in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Kenosha, Wisconsin, we're in Phoenix, Arizona. We're also in Canada. Santa Fe, New Mexico. Yeah, the whole congregation, of course, we have vocations, not here in the United States yet, but we have, at least we are totally about 970 walking around the world. Only about 45 in the United States though. 45 of us here in the US. We have more younger ones, between 30 and
35, 30, or 30, 35.
Mm-hmm. Majority are still young. It's a reasonably young congregation. You founded in 1937. Yeah, I remember being in college in Baltimore. That was called the baby. I was called the baby because the youngest among them was 72. So I was like, "Oh, where's the little girl?" I said, "Yeah." Okay. Well, the fundraising for our foundation is to empower women. So most often, no matter where we serve, we try to do something for women in particular and children. Um, and we are also, the cause of abortion is very, very dear to our heart. The fact that most often women are made to understand that you can get rid of your baby anyhow. So, and we see women as manipulated. And most often, chemicals are used to destroy women in the name of helping them, and so women are also lied to in many ways, and are used as political pawns, you only hear about women, helping women when it comes to election time. And helping women is to help you get rid of your baby there is more to women than getting pregnant and killing babies, okay? And most often this woman that aborts her baby live in crisis and pain for years, and she has no room to share it because society accepts it. So she has to live like she's okay, with hidden bitterness and pain. So our goal actually is to establish a home for pregnant women in need. We explored and discerned for many years and saw God calling us to do that, carry out that mission, where we will be able to say, yes, we are saying abortion is not right, but we are going to walk the path with you. We're going to hold your hand through this and be there for you so that you reclaim yourself and move on from your present circumstances instead of living as a victim for the rest of your life. So that's the project. That's our goal, to turn this building into a center for these pregnant women in need. We are at the stage where we are still renovating, so raising funds to put the property to use, and we have amazing volunteers helping us go through it all. Go to our website, help promote what is going on. If we have fundraisers, some of the friends we have supporting this mission are from all around. It's not just this little local community. So people pitch around from distance in the United States. They saw this mission as something they could help make a difference in the life of others. And the point is, you reclaim the woman, you teach the woman the right thing, then the child will not be in danger, because it is the role of the mother to protect her child. But for society to have turned it upside down, that the mother is rather the one who goes after her child to kill, is a terrible thing. So hopefully getting the woman would then make abortion unreal for many women. What do? We do so many things. Like generally, sisters are generally trained in other professions as well. And for instance, sister is visiting, but she's a medical doctor. Okay, and she's actually a surgeon. Sister is a nursing tutor. She's also going to be here temporarily. Sister is training for nurse. They are still students in schools. So we go up. I'm more in the administrative position now, but I'm a mental health counselor. Okay. We go about our different duties. In the morning, some of them that work in other places like Provina or a hospital, we start our day generally with prayers. So if here in the community we wake up around 5:30, and then we'll get into prayers. We do our morning prayers, the divine office, and then rosary. And sometimes we do adoration in the morning or in the evening. It depends on the day, And so from that prayer, from 6 o'clock, we do our prayers and then leave for Mass at 8. And then come back from Mass, have a little breakfast, and then others disperse to different work they have to do. And our afternoon prayers are private because you would be at work or somewhere, so you have to find space to say it wherever you may be at that point. When we return again in the evening, we gather for prayers. We do our Vespers. Sometimes if we have adoration in the evening, we do the adoration. And we have also spiritual exercises. The rest are privately. You simply have to commune with your God and make time to do your private prayers apart from the communal prayers. And then after that, we come back for supper and then say our evening prayers around 9, accompanying what we call accompanying around 9. Then people can disperse and do their private things or retire until back again the next day. I'll put you on one thing. Okay. My name is Sister Mary Theodora Chukwu. They call me Sister Theo. Like Sister shared, I came from a very Catholic family, very, very solidly Catholic family. I didn't know there was anything else in this world except the Catholic faith. It was everything growing up. Our parents, and I didn't know that any human being could miss Mass for one day. Because in my family, as we were growing up, we had to all go to morning Mass every day, So I grew up like that. And I also grew up knowing the religious by way of seeing religious in habit, around. I didn't know the difference. I didn't know there were different religious orders or whatever, but I knew there were religious. And for me, there were people who have given their entire being to God. And it was so fascinating for me. So from a very early age, I wanted to be a nun at all costs. When I was 5 years old, I told my parents I wanted to be a sister. And so I started primary school, elementary school. And when, sometimes they ask you to write, they say, what will you be when you grow up? There was nothing to write except to be a nun. So one day my teacher said, nuns can be teachers and nuns can be doctors and be this. I said, my own nun will be nothing except being a nun. Because I have to be a nun and go to heaven, So, but the teacher, kind of kept reminding me, yeah, you will be a good nun and then be something. What else? So one day I kept thinking, and I said, I know what I want to be. I'm going to be a pilot. And everybody was like, what? A pilot and a non-pilot. Everybody could, but then my little mind, I had thoughts, the pilots, in short, my picture of an aeroplane, was that it flies into the sky to go to heaven. So I was going to be picking people and taking them to heaven and then bringing them back. That was what my own pilot thing was going to do anyway. So gradually, of course, you agree that when you understand what being a pilot is and what aeroplane, and it doesn't go to heaven and those kind of things. However, I still seriously wanted to be a nun. Actually, by the time I was 10, I simply wanted to become a nun. Then I wouldn't stop. I wouldn't stop crying. So eventually, I got received as an aspirant to my religious community. Now, so they dress up in some nice dress, nice young sisterly aspirants, So you feel good and still return to your school and do your school things until eventually after high school, we officially joined. And since then, religious life for me has remained kind of active listening to God at every point, to hear Him. What does He want? What next? He gives you an assignment and you finish one and you ask God, what next? So He keep using you and sending you. And for many years now, I have been in missions outside my country, first from Ghana and then here in the United States. And each time there are assignments that are challenging, but with joy, you see people around you who are there to help you walk the path. And they support the mission, and you do your best carrying on because it is God. Like Sister said, you do everything, you wait on God. It doesn't matter, I'm a medical doctor, and therefore we should put you in the height. We come into the house, we are sisters in the place, in the service of God. It doesn't matter, she may come and her watch spoils this minute and she has no wristwatch, Well, she wouldn't say, imagine I'm a doctor, I make more than you. Why wouldn't I get this? Or why wouldn't I get that? She waits until there is that fund to provide that. Because that our one salary is the salary that feeds us and takes care of us and carries on our mission. So you pay your money into that common purse and somebody is in need. We take money from there and take care of that person in need. If it's not remaining tomorrow, you go without. So that's the life we live. There is nothing we call our own. Even my habit is only for my use at this moment. So it doesn't belong to me. You know, I could be given gifts by friends and it is for the common good. You know, so this is the life and that's the joy of it. So you look at your life, nothing is holding you back or weighing you back that if I'm told to leave tomorrow, I start there, my goodness, what am I going to do with my car and my what and my this? You pack and you live where God is calling you. So it's been the journey and for quite some years now, 32 for that matter.